Let's hit some polling. Is Bernie Sanders finally breaking and chipping away at Joe Biden's black brick wall in South Carolina? Now, keep in mind, Bernie Sanders' political strategy, for the most part, yes, has been to bring people into the fold. He has a dedicated following of people, for the most part, would bleed and die on the flag to make that vote for that one Bernie Sanders. But the weak point, at least in the context of Joe Biden's main constituency, has been African Americans. And South Carolina has been one of those big states that Joe Biden has been counting to win in spades. They believe that they can lose Iowa, Nevada, and New Hampshire, and they can take South Carolina and keep it ticking along. I don't buy that. But that's their pathway, or that's the very least the way they're thinking about it. There's a new poll that has come out that has to scare the hell out of one Joe Biden running with that particular political strategy. Is South Carolina finally on the table? Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox. Guys, if you dig this content, please like, share, subscribe. You can always support PayPal, Patreon. Contributor appreciation, we're trying to get that today. I'm trying to coax Mrs. Thomas to join me on this. If not today, definitely tomorrow, but I'm hoping to get her on this evening. I don't like pushing her when she doesn't want to do it. That's kind of where it goes. But sometimes she'll do it on the very next day. Either way, we're going to get our contributor appreciation. Polling. So South Carolina has been Joe Biden's fort of sorts. He has been beating Sanders and everyone else by double digits in South Carolina. But this new poll that just came out, look at this. Biden, 27. Sanders, 20. If I am not mistaken, this may be the first poll that has shown single digits. That's how dominant Joe Biden has been in South Carolina. But again, it's one poll, and trends are the thing that matters most, so we would have to see additional polling in it. That said, it doesn't make it wrong. But the trends, I want you to show something else. Trend, Biden gets the black vote. Trend, Sanders gets the youth vote. Across the board. It's so dominant. I think it was the last poll that was shown. I think it was Quinnipiac. Sanders had 57%, I believe, 53 or 57% of the youth vote. Meaning of all of the candidates, you could put all of them together and they don't equal the amount of people Sanders is getting from the standpoint of the youth. That's a trend. Warren collapsing. That's a trend. Look at this. This is Wisconsin MU poll. Biden, 23%. Sanders, 19%. Warren, 16%. The last time they did this poll, Biden loses 7. Sanders loses 2. I'm sorry. Biden lost in this poll. I'm sorry. Sanders gains 2. Warren gains 1. Box poll. I think this is the poll I'm thinking of. Biden, 30. Sanders, 20. National poll Fox. Warren, 13%. If you look at this poll last month, Warren was at 21%. She's lost 8 points in this poll. She's lost 8 points. It was this poll that I was thinking of before. But if you notice, Sanders is 1 and 2 in all of these polls. Meaning, the polls that are coming out right now, Sanders, for the most part, has been able to get 1 or 2. And he's been gaining readily in all of these. And for example, in this poll, Sanders gained, I think, 2 points. So he went up 2, Biden went down 1, Warren went down 8. Something else I want you to notice. Look at this, Buttigieg. Buttigieg, in this poll last month, was at 3. Yeah, was at 7. Buttigieg hasn't moved. So the question becomes, where did Warren's points go, right? I mean, those points had to go somewhere. You don't have this infinite number of people coming from some kind of rip in the fabric of space that are adding votes. His points had to go somewhere. It's a closed system. Where did they go? Look at this. Bloomberg, 5%. Right off the bat. Bam! 5%. And you know what's wild about that? Bloomberg spent $100 million on this fucking vanity project. $100 million. That's more money than we will get in our lifetime, and your next 10 generations' lifetime. Won't touch it. $100 million in a vanity project to get 5 percentage points. Do you know what he could have done with that money? He could have gotten all of the people who are homeless in Seattle, Washington, that Amazon so viciously fought Sharma Chawan in order to prevent her from putting a tax on their heads. He could have paid all of their houses. He could have had fucking mansions. He could have housed the homeless with this money. He could have fed the hungry with this money. He didn't do that. He wanted to run a vanity project to be president because he was terrified that Bernie Sanders was going to tax the shit out of him. Bloomberg. His money gets him 5%. Tom Steyer spent, what, $80 million? Another billionaire? He gets 1%. $80 million gets you 1% of the vote. Congratulations. Congratulations. You burned money that people could have ate. People could have used for clothing. People could have used to heat their homes. People could have used to buy their drugs. You burned through $80 million and you got 1% of the vote. And the other guy burned through $100 million. They got 5%. That's extraordinary. You're ashamed of yourself. When people say billionaire shouldn't exist, it's stuff like this. He spent $100 million. He's literally just trying to buy an election. That's all this is. That's all this is. Wisconsin, there was something else. All right. Yeah, Bloomberg is having an effect. And that effect seems to be most heavily on either Pete or Warren. I mean, Warren's points had to go somewhere. And for whatever reason, whatever the shuffle, Bloomberg ends up with 5% of the vote in this Fox poll. Astonishing. Pete, by the way, if there was a surge, it doesn't exist now. This is, let's see, Buttigieg gets up to, in this poll, to a brimming 15%. He's right there with Warren. This is Wisconsin. And Buttigieg is 9 in this one, still single digits. And like I say, he did move in the Fox News poll. Buttigieg is having an effect, but the effect is, again, not felt by Sanders. Why would it be felt by Sanders? No one who's voting for Sanders would most likely vote for Bloomberg. Can't say no one. There's always 1 or 2 percentage points, but those people would be rare. And so the only people he will pull from would be the other people in the race, which that seems to be what's happening. Good job, Bloomberg. By the same token, I have severe qualms, and you should have severe qualms about somebody just trying to outright buy an election, a billionaire that could spend $1 billion on this election if he wanted to, just in the primaries. He has the money to do it, and you can even make a case that he will save money doing it. Because if Sanders gets in, even if Warren gets in, I believe on the wealth tax stuff, it will be more expensive. Billionaires should not exist. I swear to God, billionaires should not exist. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks all. I'll be back. I have multiple stories, but I want to get a few in before, if we're doing the CA tonight, I want to get a few stories in before that.